Mr. Rees-Mogg issued a rallying cry after the Daily Express saw at first-hand how the Swiss managed to avoid a hard border by using technology and assessing risk. Surrounded by EU member states, its borders with Germany, France, Italy and Austria run smoothly despite it remaining resolutely outside the customs union. This, he said, was a prime example of how the EU is capable of resolving complex border issues when it wants to. Mr. Rees-Mogg said, as the Daily Express reports, the Swiss border is extremely effective. The system has been running for years, so it would be possible to have something even more efficient between the UK and the EU. The Swiss model is an example of what can be achieved if the political will is there. Jacob Rees-Mogg. There is no need for a hard border in Northern Ireland, or for controls to be at the border. They can all be arranged remotely. If the bureaucrats in Zurich can find a solution to the border, I am sure the mandarins of Whitehall can do even better. The Swiss model is an example of what can be achieved if the political will is there. Northern Ireland has become a key battleground in a tug-of-war between London and Brussels over what happens once the UK leaves the bloc in March next year. Getty. Jacob Rees-Mogg has called on the EU to focus its efforts on streamlining border resolution, but the ease with which £425 billion worth of goods passes in and out of Switzerland every year makes a mockery of the EU's position that Northern Ireland might have to remain in the EU customs union while the rest of the UK leaves it. Switzerland remains outside the customs union, yet each day 2.1 million people, 1.1 million cars, and 24,000 lorries cross the border, making it one of the busiest in Europe. Running the Swiss digital frontier costs £639 million a year, a figure in stark contrast with the £20 billion HM revenue and customs claimed a frictionless border might cost businesses in administration costs. Switzerland's economic and trade relations with the EU are governed by a series of bilateral agreements, whereby the Swiss take control of certain aspects of EU legislation in exchange for accessing part of the single market.